It's Industry Minister Melanie Joly. She's also a big key organizer for the party in Quebec. Minister, thank you for doing this.
It's a pleasure.
Tell me what the significance of this riding is, because the Prime Minister's been here twice, you've been here, many of your cabinet colleagues have gone through here. There's a lot of attention for one riding, which may not even make a difference in terms of whether you get majority status or not.
Every riding makes a difference, so we never take anything for granted. Of course, it is a riding that traditionally has been Bloc Québécois. So for those who are watching us who don't know where Terrebonne is, it's a bit on the outskirts of Montreal. And of course, the riding is changing as the demographics of Quebec and Canada are changing as well. But that being said, it is an important riding because we have a really good candidate. And the ballot question also, then what's clear, is who can provide stability in a world of instability? And clearly that is Prime Minister Carney and the Liberal government. We also had a really good candidate, which is Tatiana Auguste, which is a young woman that has been getting involved very much in her community, has been able to really gather a lot of support within caucus. She was the vice chair of Quebec caucus as well. So, you know, a very important youth leader.
Yeah, well, what is the significance of winning in separatist territory here? Bloc Québécois federally, Parti Québécois provincially, long time. I think the NDP in the Jack Layton Orange Wave was the only time it was broken. What signal does that send to the rest of the province that you could have you potentially could have a Federalist Party winning in this riding?
Well, you know, we think it's an important message because we believe in the fact that we should have a very strong country, and we believe in national unity. But I think first and foremost, the question for people living here is who can provide the stability, and particularly I must say the economic stability. Why I say that is this riding is also composed of a very important manufacturing sector that is impacted by the tariffs, including a lot of workers in the steel sector that are transforming steel that may be coming from Hamilton or Sorel or different, you know, steel towns, but clearly there is anxiety. And so it is also a riding where the cost of things is, you know, as food inflation is a real thing, like across the country. And so being able to show what we've done as a government, our plan is working, landing important impacts for these families. And so that's also for us showing that our plan is working.
Yeah, and your party could end up in majority status at the end of the night, not so much because of Terrebonne, but the ridings in Toronto. How does that change the way you are going to govern?
Well, of course, we'll continue to work with the opposition. You know, it's not up to me at this point while the votes, are still being counted to really say what will be the impacts of a majority. But what I can tell you is that over the past parliaments, we've been trying to pass important legislation linked to social media and making sure that children online are protected, that people are free from harassment online, protecting Canadians' data, really being able to, while protecting freedom of speech, at the same time being able also to hold social media companies accountable. And there's been a lot of filibustering and a lot of obstruction on the part of the Conservatives. And so that's enough. We're really, we need to make sure that we pass these important legislation, and we need to protect people. And that is one of the reasons why I think that there can be a change in how we will be able to govern.
One more question on your portfolio. Of course, our audience, a lot of them are in Brampton, Ontario. A lot of auto workers there who are very nervous. We're hearing some of them about Stellantis workers who are now thinking of moving to Windsor, Ontario, because they think there might be better chances for employment there. What is your message to those auto workers in Brampton?
Well, we will fight for them, and I've been clear. Again, this morning I was talking to Lana Payne, who's the head of Unifor, which is the union representing them in Brampton. We're also taking care of Ingersoll, which is also a GM plant. I was talking also with the head of a very important auto company, trying to attract investments also from Europe in the auto sector. So we will fight, and if we're not able to bring the autos production back to Stellantis, which I think we can, we will get our money back. And so
but those people will still be out of jobs. Is there a possibility of Chinese EV manufacturing in Brampton or Windsor or Ingersoll?
I think what we need to do when it comes to Chinese investments in Canada, we need to be able to look at three things. Of course, labor conditions, auto workers need to be at the same level, notwithstanding if it's a Chinese plant or a North American, Canadian, North American brand plant. Second, we need to have a very strong localized supply chain. What do I mean by that is we need to protect people working in the auto parts, because that's 200,000 jobs in the auto sector that are linked to parts. And third, what we have to be focusing on is the security of the software, obviously,
right.
in
the EVs.
in the EVs.
Yeah, exactly.
So these will be the three conditions. I'm saying the same thing to everyone, from the union to the car companies, and these have been the conditions that we've been putting on the table since the beginning.
Industry Minister Melanie Joly, thank you for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.